Okay, it says I'm live. Sorry for the delay, but I have no idea why YouTube live stream was not working. I had to restart my computer. I looked at the Firefox. I tried Microsoft Edge, but it kept saying couldn't save my updates for the live stream. So I restarted my computer, did a quick test to run to make sure everything is operating correctly. It was a YouTube issue. It wasn't me, but here we are now. But YouTube freaked up. So basically, I the last 8 minutes of the episode, I missed part of it because my YouTube TV stream was just not working. So I had to go back and rewatch a couple scenes, but then I gave up because it kept going to commercial. But the DNA test is not revealed. The DNA test was not revealed. They said it will be a couple of days, a day or two until the results are revealed. But we do know that on the synopsis for season 7, episode 11, the results are going to be revealed. My issue was Karen on this Zach thing. She's still believing. Oh, Crystal's doing a live stream right now. Yeah, that actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. She's doing a live stream right now with somebody. I don't know who though. Anyway, let me get back to the point. First of all, I did see the trailer for next week. I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm not really that hyped for next week. The end credit promo and the trailer, the 30-second trailer, which did drop early, thank God, it doesn't have me hyped. It's obviously set up for the finale, but my question is this. Why is Penelope going directly to Gary to ask questions about a Kim Porter? Why would you do that? Andy told you to stay away from him, and yet you're going right into the Bears cave. I'll watch again until episode 11. Yeah, I would say just wait until the week after next. So that's probably the best course of action here. Oh, actually, if you could just bear with me once. Can I share this link? Yeah, I can. Just bear with me 1 second. Considering I started and ended, 3 live streams, that's probably why notifications didn't go out. I want to share a link on Twitter. Okay. Yeah, if you're just tuning in, no, they did not reveal the father. You've been on the ball. Yeah, quick update here. Thankfully, we are coming to the end of the month because remember in January, I said, here's all the stuff that Tyler Perry's dropping in February. The month is finally coming to a close. And in 2 weeks, I can finally let out a breath of fresh air, a sigh of relief that my workload will considerably drop, at least YouTube related. I posted a lot of stuff recently. I want to say probably close to like almost 50 videos, but that was a culmination of everything I had backlogged. But I am officially caught up. The only videos I need to do now, the Sistas review, trailer breakdown, a few discussion points, and that's it. I want to be honest, I don't really have that much to talk about from this episode outside of the Karen stuff. Grayson was a major hypocrite. I mean, it's like in the video I posted about, will Grayson kind of give an ultimatum? Are you going to go live on Instagram? Probably not. Crystal's doing a live stream with someone, and there's really, my live streams on Instagram usually don't get that many people anyway, so meh. I feel like you got to have like a verified account or something in order to get a lot of people to notice your post. I don't know. Danny needs clothes. Like I said, I usually don't mention characters' outfits, but yeah. Zach was way too. I honestly understand why Fatima was in her feelings because Crystal Hazlett, aka Fatima, Fatima was in her feelings because Zach wasn't considering hers. I mean, slow your roll. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? You are so excited that you are rushing in your fiance's face to say, guess what? I knocked up my ex with 2 kids. That don't sound good. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I felt bad for, and I said this leading up to this episode. I do feel bad for Karen because I feel like any woman, especially a single, woman, black, white, whoever, a single woman that's having a baby, the father isn't there. Well, to be fair, Karen doesn't know who the dad is, and the men who want to be there, she pushes them away. But I'm talking about anybody else. Having twins when you don't expect to have twins and you really aren't in a position to financially provide for both, that is hectic. So I did feel bad for her. Karen, Karen, she was nearly mute when Fatima came in the waiting room. She just handed the photo over. I'm having twins. You know what? She didn't like go, yeah, Zach and I are having twins. So get used. No, she was all like, I need to call my mom. I did feel bad. I honestly did feel bad. Also, I'm being nice. Karen's office, I like the upgrade. That's a sweet upgrade. You see my boxes, I'm slow. Hey, I don't have a date yet, but I'm slowly packing up my room. I'm like, you know what? March is coming in. I'm going to have all my stuff that I'm not using packed up. So I'm ready to get the hell out of here when my house is set. But I can't wait to have an office myself. You all know this. I've been saying it. It's going to happen soon. But yeah, I am glad she has an office because if I remember correctly, wasn't her office at the old shop also her storage room? So good on her. But side note, even though she did say you're going to have to double the child support. I was getting to that once I get to the DNA test because I'm like, I'm going to need you to double the child support. What? And also, I think I don't know what is more disgusting. The fact that Zach is like this overly eager, not knowing that the DNA test results haven't even come back. But the fact that Karen, I mean, remember at the beginning of season 4, when she took all those pregnancy tests, Zach said, we're not getting back together, but I will be there for you and this child, whatever you need. So you see how Zach is just so anxious about twins and whatnot and excited. It just makes me so mad at Karen that she would weaponize her child as like, I don't want you and me in my child's life. You see how, and I mean, Karen is, women do this in real life too. Like they'll take out their anger on a man by excluding him from their child's life just because she's in a mood. But yeah, but for her to say, I'm going to need you to double this child support. The child support ain't nothing, but I will say this much. When she's talking with her mom, and notice how every time somebody's like, but did they confirm that Zach is the father? Well, no, it's a couple of days, but I've always said it's him, and now he believes it too. How the hell can he believe it when the results aren't back yet? Yeah, Zach needs to sit his happy ass down. I ain't gonna lie. Seriously, can you imagine? Can you imagine? I'll get to that because maybe I'm wrong about this because my YouTube TV stream was kind of jacked up. It was skipping to commercials and it froze and this, that, and the third. But didn't it feel like some of these scenes were out of order? So Fatima left the hospital, right? And then she gets home to talk with Zach. And he's just shoving a computer in her face, talking about all this twin shit. Was she not in her robe when she went upstairs? And I forgot because, like I said, I don't want to blame the editors of the show when it could have just been my live stream messing up. I don't know. But yeah, then the fact that he apologized, but I don't think that's actually somebody said this. I don't think the apology was real. I just think it's the fact. Oh, wait, she left to bed, then she went to the restaurant, then back to her robe. Thank you. I'm not crazy. Okay, robe to clothes and back. Thank you. Again, I thought it was Mandela effect. I'm like, Why would she change clothes, then put back on the same clothes she had on at work at the hospital, work and the hospital, then go to the restaurant and then come back to the road? It made no sense. Yeah, Sabrina was rocking the dress. She was. I ain't gonna lie. Sabrina and Andy's reaction to the twins was adorable, but I felt Danny's energy with the whole, this could have been a text message. Like, you made me come across town just to say you're having twins. Again, happy for you, but and then I ain't gonna lie, Danny was saying the same crap we were all thinking, like, hey, is Zach not the baby daddy or who? Valid questions. I am unaware as to whether or not any of them knew that the DNA test would not be instantaneous. Like, hey, we're going to get your blood sample, we're going to get the DNA, and we'll have it done in like half an hour. I don't know if they knew it would take a while. Karen did say when she came out, it will take a couple of days for the results to come back. Yeah, I missed that part. That's when my stream messed up. I was pissed off too because I was right that Sabrina wanted to talk about some damn kids during the double date. I thought that Preston was going to be in Danny. No, Preston gone. Preston gone. I have no idea when the show's coming back. Personally, this is just me because I've been working my ass off for the past 6 months when you think about it. I hope the show is gone for a while because we've had a full season of episodes, the back half of season 6, the first half of season 7. Sisters can be gone until like June. Honestly, I hope and pray, and this is just me. I know a lot of y'all are excited, but I hope and pray that the show doesn't come back until after I've moved into my house. That way I don't have to worry about the transition and all this work. But that's just me. That's just me. Like, I got my eBay hustle to keep me, financially stable until then. 'Cause I know when Sisters and the Oval goes off, the YouTube revenue is probably going to take a hit, but I'm doing well. I got a lot of money saved up, been working my butt off behind the scenes, so I could use the break. Yeah, I am so sick of saying baby daddy. Baby daddy. We need the break. Remember, we did not get a hiatus. We did not get a hiatus at all. After the season finale of season 6, we jumped right into season 7. Same with the Oval. We got the entirety of season 5. Jeremy, did you catch at the end Karen gets a call at the hospital? Yeah, this could be the reason Karen goes back to the hospital and we'll see Aaron and Zach there. I don't know. Yeah, I did love the Danny and Fatima scene. Yeah, also, for if anybody from the Sisters crew is listening, please don't drop the sneak peek 15 minutes before the damn episode airs. I had to rush to get that thing out, and it took a while because it was raining, so the upload took a while. But yeah, I did get my sneak peek video up just in the nick of time. But please, because y'all used to release it like at 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Now y'all wait until the last minute. Yeah, I was saying the same shit. Atlanta traffic for a 5-minute conversation because based on what we saw, the only girl we didn't see get a call was Danny, but I'm pretty sure Danny got a call from Karen off screen. Yeah, I did see the promo. I did see the promo before I went live. Yeah, you could have just said over the phone, I'm having twins. Well, hey, good for you. We'll have a little baby shower or something. I don't know. I hope they don't do a cliffhanger on those DNA. They better not do that shit. They better not do that shit where the episode ends and it's like Karen opens the envelope and her face drops, and then we have to speculate. Oh, what does her? Yeah, Penelope's going to take her dumb ass directly to Gary. Like, for what? Also, that story about Kim Porter makes no sense. I mean, okay, this was Gary's date at the junior prom. She was drinking with her friends. Gary didn't want her drinking with her friends. I don't know if this was Gary being controlling or the fact that he didn't want his date drinking because, hey, in this day and age, the last thing you want to do is carry a girl out on a date and then she gets a little drunk and then she says you did something to her. But then again, Gary just left and then the girl messed. Yeah, the I feel like all this Gary shit is just an ass pull. Oh yeah, somebody said earlier Tamara could have been recording the FBI stuff, the Gary stuff for FBI. I don't know. I think that wait, It's so sad that people are even talking about needing a break or the show is exhausting. Yeah, see, from my perspective, it's because I've been working my ass off. But also from a fan perspective, we're just getting too much of the same shit. I think, Dawn, you were the one who left a lengthy comment on one of my videos, and the one who left a lengthy comment on one of my videos, and it was you probably, I don't know, but it said something to the effect of, oh, the Beauty in Black, I think, the video I did about that new Netflix series, is the fact that everything is the same. That's why Mea Culpa to me was not a good movie. It had potential, but it was just a Frankenstein production of various storylines from across Tyler Perry shows and movies. Yeah. I don't know why Penelope did that shit. I don't know why Penelope did that shit. Yeah, yeah, hey, you know what? Regardless of how you feel about Karen, I do hope nothing happens to those babies. I mean, the last thing she needs is a damn pregnancy complication, and where's she going to get the money from that? Bro, she is definitely losing her mind. She's going to break just like Gary because she keeps saying Zach is the father. Zach is the father. Now it's like, Karen, if there was ever a time to slow your roll and say the results are coming in a couple of days, now is that time. Yes, the copy time. Yes, the copy and paste effect. People, I post a lot of videos, and sometimes I'll post like 5 videos on the same subject, but each video is its own separate perspective. With Tyler Perry content, it's the same shit every time. Yeah, yeah. The movie. I'm just going to say the movie because I mean, it took forever to figure out how to say the name right. Mea Culpa. It took that first hour was a drag. That first hour was a drag. I was addicted plus temptation plus something else. Gary needs to take Penelope and do something to her because she's just acting dumb. I'm yeah. If she did, yeah. Also, I think my favorite part of this episode was like the first 10 minutes. We covered a lot of ground in the first 10 minutes. Mrs. Willis calling out Gary. What did she say when she walked into the office? Smells like death and deception up in here. She could smell Gary's slimy schemes just by walk. Yo, this woman has seen some stuff, but then again, when you become a billionaire, I guess you've seen and experienced some real shit, and you wouldn't have made it to that point in life without being able to call out people, you know, when you see them. Did you notice how fast she said she's gonna need double that child support? Yep. We didn't even get no one court scene in the movie. I noticed that too. I didn't say that in my review. I never noticed that. Because it felt like we were getting somewhere with it, but no. I mean, even though the haves and the have-nots, we rarely got court scenes, at least we did get a few court scenes. Y'all blame everything on Karen, even her lines. I thought he poured hot wax on Kelly. I don't know. I kind of, sex scene. Yeah. Kelly Rowland fine as hell. It's the legs for me. Is Aaron the father of one? I don't know. We don't know. The DNA test, we don't know. We don't know. But then again, I thought that they couldn't do a DNA test on a woman that's having twin. Real world, I said it in my video. I said real world logic doesn't always match up because in real world, they're like, nah, I mean, with the twins, there's 2 in there, DNA's floating around everywhere. Wait till the kids are born. But they're doing a damn show. I think Sabrina isn't in trouble. I think her and Paige are probably doing the one-on-one interviews for the bank manager position, but Paige was probably talking shit to their boss behind her back. Stay awesome, Jerry. Thank you. Yeah, I work my ass off. I do. And like I said, I am slowing down on the videos, so don't think I'm going to have like 50 more videos posted between now and next week. My list is completely clear. I am done with everything. All I need to do are the videos pertaining to Sisters, this episode review, trailer breakdown, and a few discussion videos, and that's it. So unless some random news comes up, like a new movie or something like that, we should be good. The Oval was pretty decent. I gave it a 6. Some people say I should give it a 7 due to the fact that Nancy's acting was great. It was great. I said in my video, the Nancy and Priscilla scene was my favorite scene of the episode. Richard had a more reserved role in the episode, but he did good too. And it wasn't a bad episode. It was just kind of fillerish, but it did move the plot on. Gary, a crime boss, is trying to take her out. I hate what they're doing with Gary. This reminds me of how out of nowhere they just made Veronica crazy on the haves and have-nots. Yeah, the Maurice storyline adds nothing. I'm glad they reduced his role this season, but the Grayson stuff makes no sense. I mean, I mentioned this in my trailer breakdown and the Grayson and Maurice video, but if you meet someone on a, let's just say OnlyFans, if you meet someone on OnlyFans, why would you then say, I don't want you to do OnlyFans anymore? Unless you're like well off, because apparently people make a lot of money on OnlyFans. So it's like, I don't want to share you with the world. Well, Grayson, are you paying my bills? You know? And also, why does Maurice assume that just because if Sabrina gets the bank manager if Sabrina gets the bank manager job, he's going to get rehired? That doesn't make any sense because the bank lets you go. Even if Sabrina gets the position back, why would the bank allow? Again, the writing, that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense because why would the bank allow Maurice to get hired? Just because Sabrina gets whatever, just forget it. It's stupid. Grayson is a hypocrite. It's like, that's what I'm saying. He has bills. This isn't like Maurice has like 3 different sources of income. This is his job. Not to mention, Grayson and Maurice have only been seeing each other for give or take a week or so. Why would you change your employment for someone you've only known for such a short amount of time? This makes no sense. Okay, enough of that storyline. Don't make no damn sense anyway. But hey, again, I am glad that Maurice, he's only in the show long enough so we remember he's there. Also, can we talk about Pam's business and how I'm going to keep saying it. I want her to succeed. The fact that Miss Lisa gave it a thumbs up, that tells you right there, Pam's doing something right. Also, I am kind of mad. I really wish we would have gotten the reactions of Penelope, Jordan's sister, and Jordan's friends, Tony and Rich, in regards to the allegations in the news about him. That was a big deal. I wish we got their reactions to it. The promo is good. Can we go get a car from the doctor? A call from it wasn't anything that has me going, yeah, but no, I was okay. Yeah, Zach is just acting like a dumbass. Like, the excitement is one thing, but the fact that you're going to like rub your fiance's nose in it. Hey, look, I knocked up my ex. She has twins. This is going to be great. No, Zach, no. Does Pam have a license? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think Karen did ask about that. Like, do you have a business license? Did you check all the chemicals to make sure everything is good? Like, effects. Oh, sorry, leg fell asleep. Let me reposition myself. That's my bad. I sat funny. Should have been sitting like that. It's almost like they don't know about the allegations. This is a big deal. This is you know the world we live in. All of our news comes from this. This is an iPod, but phone. And I'm like, you're telling me in this day and age, none of it's kind of like Gary trying to get Miss Willis to invest in his company. Why the hell would a billionaire who should know about the FBI raid, even without doing heavy investigation, you would think this would be all over the news? That's the one thing about the show and Oval to an extent. I wish they would utilize a bit better. These breaking news stories, people should already know about it. Yo, Miss Marie cooked Gary. That was my favorite part of the episode. Notice you didn't see the new Jordan around Rich and the other guy. We've only seen the new Jordan with Rich at his restaurant, but we haven't seen Rich with Jordan and Tony yet. Pam did been seen rich with Jordan and Tony yet. Pam did say she got a loan from the bank for a loan. Wait, I'm sorry. A loan for the bank for her business, but then all of a sudden she was using company funds yet again. My guess is that so many orders, didn't she say she had like 300 orders? So I'm guessing that Pam's product blew up to the point where her business loan wasn't enough to cover the cost. So she had to dip back into the company funds for her product. But then again, Karen did say she was cutting her off from accessing the salon's money, which the writing, I'm sorry, I don't know. Who sent the press to Andy's house? I don't know. Probably Gary. I don't know. That reminds me of that episode of Sister when Tamara and her boyfriend fell asleep in the dorm while studying. I think Ray was running for governor or something, and then the paparazzi caught him. It's like, wait, what? Speaking of paparazzi, I saw that Taylor story about Taylor Swift allegedly punching a paparazzi. I get people got their jobs, but nah, it's like if you do some punching a pop shit, you're going to get hit. Pam might leave Karen Salon. Yep, I did a video on that. Pam is going to be successful for business. I'm here for it. She's doing free. That's what I'm saying. It's like, Karen, as long as Pam is doing her job, you're getting free publicity thanks to her product. So you ought to be thanking her. And I'm pretty sure Pam is paying back the money she's taken out of the pot from the salon for her product. I don't know. I guess Karen became pregnant in season 3. I have no idea. Yeah, it was her dad, Taylor Swift's dad. I don't know all the details though, but yeah, I just saw the headline. Karen should have stayed delayed. I said that. I'm like, Karen, if you should have just, hey, let your old salon die or whatever, have your kids figure things out, and then reopen in a new location because this ain't adding up. And I mean, look, in this episode, it seemed like Karen Salon was pretty busy. One episode, she has a lot of customers. The next episode, business is going slow. We don't have any new clients. The next episode, you got a bunch of people. I'm very confused. Absolutely, the success is going to surpass Karen. Ray said, I'm running for office. Then Tamara said, that's the problem. You're running, not me. Yeah. I missed that show. I got the entire series on DVD, but yeah. But it's like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, Tamara, it wasn't like she purposefully got caught in that compromising position. I think the president will be returning. Karen gets. Oh, also, I don't think Victoria's father is going to pop up in the Oval next week. I just think they use footage from season 2 for the promo. I don't even know if we're going to hear his voice over the phone. It might just be Hunter talking shit. Yeah, double the child support. I say she should have rented a salon. Yeah, a lot of people. I swear she needs to go to business school. So there are plenty of free like classes online she could take to learn about business because this woman don't know what she's doing. And here we go with Pam out of nowhere being the success. And like I said, I'm rooting for her. Also, we got almost 400 people. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button. Let me check my notes because I feel like we covered everything, to be honest. Yeah, Sabrina. Sabrina just killing the mood during the double date, talking about some damn kids. Yeah, we pretty much talked about the entire episode. Not much talk about the Oval. Like I said, it was a kind of setup episode. Scylla, she's annoying, but in that scene, it was good. That was a really good scene because it's like when your friend has lost someone, all you can try to do is make them feel better. But unless you could bring that person back from the dead, you can't. So it's like, Priscilla, what is some damn tea going to do? I felt bad. It was funny, but I did feel bad. It's like, you know, she went to her go-tos in order to help Nancy feel better, but yeah, there really was nothing she could do at that moment. But I'm just thinking to myself, I don't have anything. I lost everything. I'm thinking like, but what about Callie? What about your granddaughter? Have you forgot about her? I think that was the saddest part about Barry getting killed off like that. That his whole character was either finding his daughter or just being pissed off at Sharon. And now he's not going to be able to reunite with his daughter unless, sadly, she gets killed by the Rakadushi, which again, I hope is not the case. Yeah, Nancy's acting was great. So, and I mean, last week she was crawling up the damn stairs. Sabrina and Andy should switch partners. Yeah. That date was a setup. Tony talking about his kids trying to switch. Yep. See, I told you. I told you that date was a setup. Amniocentesis. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but Beauty in Black, that Netflix series Tyler Perry has come out, that just seems way too P-Valley / All the Queen's Men for my taste. I'm going to pass on it. You know, I really don't do the exotic dancer shows myself. Plus, it's on Netflix, which is basically BET Plus, showing you it's going to be a lot of gratuity, if you will, which ain't my cup of tea. Yeah, Sharon's in jail. I doubt she's going to show up this season. Oh yeah, it had its good points, but for the most part, it was just filler. Can we talk about Penelope still being pregnant? You're not wrong, because she should have been. Look, remember this season so far, we are 9 episodes in, but a couple, if not a few weeks have passed. So she had that baby. I remember last year or something, they said Everybody Hates Chris would return, but as an animated series, I've heard nothing about a continuation of the show. Not to mention, I doubt they'll do it because what's his name? James, he's on Abbott Elementary. You talking about 6888? I have no idea when that's coming out. I feel so bad for Nancy and Richard for losing. Yeah, Picky and Barry. Do too many things at once, they're probably going to copy and paste from each other. It's like you're meeting deadlines and crap. And I don't think it's completely on Tyler, because Netflix is the one that's like, hey, your stuff is bringing in a lot of numbers. Like Mea Culpa is number one, but the reception is. Let me check the latest reviews for it. Let me check Rotten Tomatoes. A 21%. And in terms of like just Google reviews, a 2.7. Yeah, that movie won't it. IMDb gives it a 4.1. See, that's the thing. Look, kudos to Tyler Perry for the numbers, and that I see on Twitter a lot of people say the same thing. It's like Tyler Perry knows how to get together an all-star cast, but the script is mediocre, and I feel bad. The reviews are always bad. That should tell you something right there. I wanted to like the movie. I love seeing familiar faces. I applaud Tyler for trying to have a twist ending, but I love seeing familiar faces. I applaud Tyler for trying to have a twist ending, but to me, the movie left so many questions. Like when I think back, it does make sense, but here's the issue: 30 minutes feel like a whirlwind because they cram so much in there. I think a few flashbacks would have helped, spreading out character motivation. It would have done better. That's just me. I mean, like I said, it was a one and done for me. I'm mad I've spent money to get my Netflix subscription back up to watch it. I'm mad because I doubt I'm going to make any. How many views does my review have anyway? Let me check. I don't even think I've made that much in ad revenue from the review, because I can make back the money I spent on net. How much did I pay for my Netflix? Like $15-16. Okay, the review has 3,800 views, And hang on, I'm checking the ad revenue from it. Shit, it's only made $37. Oh, wait. I made my money back. My bad. Okay, so I made my money back. Whatever. It is completely on Tyler, written direct. I think A Jazz Man's Blues, I like that movie better, but the ending sucked because the character motivation, like, bro, don't take your ass back there to the South, but he did. I think the movie itself, it looked good. It had some good music. I like the characters. The characters I despise, they played their roles to a T. But I think this Mea Coppola, it had too much stoic acting from the characters who I know have range from their other projects and interviews. Yeah, I think like Shade Room, Baller Alert, they all posted like, what's the best Tyler Perry film? Family That Prays. It was like Tyler's first big step into the realm of like a drama outside of just comedy and Medea, and it was like a setup for the haves and the have-nots. And that's the thing. I have my favorite Tyler Perry film and the best Tyler Perry film are different to me because when I think of favorite, that's like one I enjoy very much. The best, there's so many other elements that go into it. Yeah, I love that Tyler is doing other things, but it's like, bro, just bring the quality back. Yeah, the ending of Jazzman was sad. I mean, especially the wake up call that the white sheriff had that he's half black. I love the movie had a good message, but the ending just felt convoluted. Acrimony was bad. A Fall from Grace was bad. I'm tired of Medea. Medea brings butts in the seats, or technically views to Netflix. Trust and Believe. I'm tired of Medea myself, but I know what the character does in terms of the masses. I think Medea has just. I think white people love Medea. Black people are like, man, we love Medea, but Witness Protection is the most underrated one. I think Daddy's Little Girls is arguably my favorite. I need to think on that though. I could do bad by myself. He wants to be edgy and sexy, but he doesn't know how to do. And that's the sad part because moments when I think of Mea Culpa, the most talked about scene is the sex scene. That's like the only positive thing I've seen. It's like, whoo, steamy. Other than that, I've just heard complaints. That's it. The script wasn't good. I don't know. I don't know. But then again, we got to talk about this. What is it called? Open AI Sora. Tyler, remember, because he was going to do. Oh yeah, Kelly Rowland did produce it. Yeah, I forgot. Um, the $800 million expansion because he was going to build like a dozen more sound stages. He was going to add like shopping malls and things like that. So Tyler Perry Studios was really becoming a suite. I can't wait to hopefully go. But now he's put on that on hold, which again makes sense because with the AI stuff, talking about how he doesn't need to travel to locations like the is what did he say? I can have like two people on a set, and then the AI can create whatever I wanted. Like if I wanted to have these two people in a log cabin in Colorado, or if I wanted to have a couple of people in a snowy mountain area, all he has to do is what's it called? Text to film. Like the AI creates what you type, and I'm like, damn. So financially, it's going to save him like $1 billion to not build all that stuff when he doesn't need to. So that's the thing. And people were giving him hell because he said that he used AI in the upcoming films. I think the Medea and Joe films, because he didn't have to sit in a makeup chair for hours. He could just add the Medea and Joe character makeup in post, which I don't have a problem with that. That's like getting mad at the Marvel. Don't have a problem with that. That's like getting mad at the Marvel movies for like Tony Stark. In the beginning, the Iron Man films, it was practical armor. But as the MCU kept growing and technology advanced, they used CGI. So Robert Downey Jr. would be standing with like the CGI suit, that suit where they put everything on in post. It is what that's the business. And it's like Tyler's doing what everybody else is doing. People feel like he has to be the sole proprietor of saving the industry, and he's not. So I think that the acting world is in trouble when their current deal was the contract from that strike ends in about what 2026 or whatever. When renegotiations happen, I feel like they're going to get a shittier deal because guess what? AI has advanced to the point where I know I talked with a few. I've spoken with a few actors across the board. A couple have and have not actors, sister actors, and other actors on social media that follow me. I'm like, so what's your thought on this? A couple people are really concerned for good reason. I know one person said, I think within like the next decade, actors won't even exist because AI will just take over everything, and that's some real stuff. Yeah, Daddy. I know some people said that. Damn, Daddy's Little Girls was so good. I forgot it was a Tyler Perry movie. Yeah, I mean, I feel like his earlier stuff is yeah, Tom Holland Spider-Man, Tony Stark as Iron Man, like the Black Panther costume. Damn near all of the character costumes in the Marvel films, most of them are CGI now. So, I mean, it's like he said in the article, Tyler Perry's an actor, but at the same time, he works in the business as a studio owner. And he has to look at the, bottom line. And the bottom line is these actors are going to be in trouble. Look how Danny and Fatima was a whole vibe. They were just a whole vibe. No animosity. Look how Danny and Fatima was a whole vibe. They were just a whole vibe. No animosity. Both of them were able to talk about their feelings openly. It was some good stuff. Checking my messages real quick. Bear with me, because some people sent me the trailer, and I appreciate it. But I did see the trailer before I went on this live because thankfully they uploaded the full trailer on their the Sistas social media. Love Danny and Fatima. Oh yeah, Danny's beyond sick of Karen. Yeah, the Medea's Tough Love. I think that was the animated one. Oh yeah, his earlier movies back when Tyler Perry had that hunger for success. That's when he wrote quality content. Perry had that hunger for success. That's when he wrote quality content. Um, but the images of people are real people. Who would they be entitled to get paid? I'm no expert. I can only speak of what I've learned from some of these actors, but it's like okay, like I say, if there's anybody who's watching this live stream after it gets posted, or there are like 230 people in here now, if there's anybody in the industry watching now, feel free to correct me in the comments. But from my understanding, AI can make it where the studios no longer have to do reshoots. So let's say Tom Cruise is on a movie set and he's on the set for like 2 weeks, because remember, this isn't a Tyler Perry production where everything gets done in 5 days or less. So let's say Tom Cruise does a film for 2 weeks. Okay. Now, let's say the directors or whoever decide they want to reshoot or something. Now they have Tom Cruise's person. They don't need to call Tom Cruise back in for reshoots. They can use the footage they have, and AI can do whatever it shoots. They can use the footage they have, and AI can do whatever it wants. So the money Tom Cruise would get from the reshoots, he's almost like it's almost like the AI stuff. It's like you're signing away you as a person, because they're free to use your image and whatever. It's like Tom Cruise goes to film a movie, and he signs the deal. These producers can use the AI to put Tom Cruise in damn near anything. So it's like, I don't know. Imagine going into a store and instead of scanning the groceries, you're scanned when you go into the store, and then they own your image and they can do whatever they want. Apparently, it's some very high technical stuff to Europe or whatever for films. They can just text it, and then the AI creates the location. Because if you think about it, not having to travel means you don't have to buy tickets for the airport, transport. I mean, like people, from set to set. It all adds up. I don't know much about Scientology. I'm a Christian. Yeah, I was thinking the same shit. Like Tyler Perry will use. I know he is going to pump out content like never before. And yes, it is going to cost a lot of people a lot of jobs. They could also lowball an actor because they need that. That's what it boils down to. They can lowball actors because they need them less and less. Oh yeah, Shani, you are absolutely right. Some of these actors, I know some of them have started their own podcast. And yeah, Shani, you are absolutely right. Some of these actors, I know some of them have started their own podcast and all, and I applaud them for that. I'm like, if I was in the acting game, I'd be like, I got 3 years to get my shit together. I got 3 years to get my shit together because I know when these deals come back, man. Same here, Christian, as well. Hallelujah. There is some pay with the deal, but not as much as. See, that's the thing. Yeah, they're going to make less. And then we're living in a world where like gas prices and groceries and everything just continues to increase. So, yeah, they're going to have to. I mean, look at me. Like when my YouTube lost the revenue last year, I had to make a choice. I'm like, okay, I got to look at the end game when I try to reapply for remonetization. Will I get the money back? Will my eBay hold it down? Will I have to get another job? But thankfully, I was able to bounce back. But again, that's going to have multiple streams of revenue coming in. I have no thoughts on the Wendy Williams thing. My mom was watching the special. I feel bad for anybody going through that kind of health thing. Wendy Williams is not the only tea spilling person in talk show, radio, and whatnot. But it's just that a lot of people do feel like it's karma. But I don't like how. Yeah, Zach acting way too silly. I said it before. In the 3 years between now and when that current contract comes to a close, AI is going to advance so much further that by the time a new negotiation comes out, they're going to present a deal to SAG. And SAG's going to be like, we don't want it. That sucks. That's a shitty deal. Well, guess what? Our AI is so advanced, we don't really need any of you. We are giving you this deal as a gesture of good faith. And if you don't want to accept this offer, oh well. And I was talking with an actor and I said, I think the pandemic probably had a hand in AI becoming so advanced so quickly because remember, it shut down everything. So these big companies, they had to figure out ways, okay, in the event of another pandemic, we need to make it where our company, whether it be film, major store chains, we need to make it so our businesses can run with as little manpower as possible. So if the world ever gets shut down again, we can still continue to make money. And even if that means a lot of people lose jobs, so be it. It's sad, but that's the sad, cold world we live in. Like trust and believe. When I get my mortgage started up in a few months, like my plan, I got a 30-year mortgage, but my hope is to pay it off within 5 years. 5 years. Because I figure with the AI advancing, how do I know AI won't cancel YouTubers where it's like, oh, we don't need YouTubers. AI will run it all. I don't know. I'm like, let me get my shit together. So if worse comes to worse, and like, let's say 2030, at least my land and house will be paid off and I can go from there. But that's just me thinking, hey, anybody's in trouble. It's not karma. It's so most of us are screwed. Everybody talked about everybody. School has gossip. Work has gossip. It's just that she was on a major nationwide platform for so long. Major nationwide platform for so long. There are AI generate. Man, stuff. Yeah, they create so many picture AI and make a business for yourself, and nobody will know who you are. I have no idea when season 3. I was talking with somebody yesterday, and a good theory is that Zatima season 3 might not come out until Zatima season 2 has finished airing on BET. But that's if season 2 continues to air after the Oval season 5 goes on hiatus. So I don't know. After the finale, they should continue to air Zatima to get ratings, because without Sistas and the Oval, BET is going to need some ratings. So I say they should air Zatima episodes for the next 10 weeks to finish up season 2. Like, I don't know if we're going to get Zatima season 3 before season 7 via Sisters. Yep, we better appreciate the content we have now, be things where I think the people truly ban. But like I said, at the end of the day, it comes down to the consumer. If the general public supports the AI content, then they're going to continue to make it. If they decide not to watch the content, then the actors will still have work. But hey, if it's kind of like, support black owned businesses, but the prices are higher and the quality is lower, you either support them or you just support the major brands because it's more affordable. I don't know. Will Zach ever consider Fatima's feelings? Obviously not. I think that's the saddest part, because they're making it where Zach is ignorant to Fatima's feelings. It's all about how he feels. And then when it turns out the kids aren't his entire world is going to come crashing down. And then Fatima's going to be there to help him out. I'm like, I'm not going to like that. Obviously, it shows she's a great fiance and partner, but at the crashing down, and then Fatima's going to be there to help him out. I'm like, I'm not going to like that. Obviously, it shows she's a great fiance and partner, but at the same time, it's like, it just yet again shows her being the mature one, considering her partner's feelings instead of, vice versa. Which is sad, considering Zach was really doing that for quite a while, and Fatima was ignoring his feelings for season 5 and most of Zatima season 2. So as much shit as we want to give Zach, let's not forget Fatima would do the same crap to him. Different circumstances, but she would do the same shit to him. I see Fatima was on set this morning. I wonder what show she was on. I don't know. I think it was something completely different, which I am all for. I'm happy when these Tyler Perry actors are branching out, doing other things. I think Karen going to find out that Danny and Fatima hung out. That's unless Sabrina runs her damn mouth. Danny is dressing different now. Underdressing. Okay, we've almost been live for an hour, and thankfully no major issues. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't know what's happening after the finale. I guess maybe family fun night, but I'm not sure. Mood swings. Yep. I do like the fact that, Sabrina did invite her to the double date, but Fatima's like, oh no, I'm heading out. I thought that was pretty sweet. I hope Miss Lisa stay around and help Karen. I hope Miss Lisa is there when they drop the DNA results. That way we ain't got no damn lying. Also, wouldn't the doctor inform Zach of the DNA results too? I hope it isn't just like, oh, Karen's going to get a letter, Karen's going to get a phone call, Karen's going to get an email. Zach needs to get some of that stuff too, because I feel like if he added his, if he added his sample to the test, which he did, he needs to be notified as well. I really hope I really hope they are both notified and not just Karen. Zach is about his life. Zach is going to be informed as well. I hope so. Remember, real world logic versus sisters writing. Because if I were Fatima, I would have been like, hey, so okay, you're gonna find, well, then again, Zach was Fatima was lost ends, and Zach, the last thing he was thinking about was a DNA test. He's like, oh, yeah, oh yeah, double barrel. I'm like, bro, no, shut up. They should both be notified, and his world will be crashed. Zach needs to set his boundaries to Karen. I mean, let's be honest here. Zach was the one overstepping boundaries. I got a Zach Jr. and Zach Gita in there. Like, what the hell? Did Karen put her contact info on his page? Oh, that is a good point, because remember, she did fill out some of that paperwork before Zach got there. So did he put in his contact information? That is a very good point. Now, I don't know if they did, but I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, I do hope he gets the news. Karen wanted to be Zach baby so bad. Why would she tell the whole truth about the twins? I don't know. I don't. This is Karen we're talking about. Yeah, but it's been pretty crazy weather here. Nothing terrible, but just massive rainstorms and whatnot. So the housing people haven't been able to come out to do any work yet. That's because in Lynchburg, I think they got snow last week. So, I'm still on the list to get stuff done. But hey, fingers crossed that next month, March, is like my last full month of just not knowing anything. Hopefully the house is delivered at the end of April and we can go from there. So over this storyline, yeah, I'm just tired of saying baby daddy, pregnant, DNA test. I'm tired of it. I want something fresh. That's why I don't want Fatima to be pregnant, but she allegedly is in Zatima. Like, when Zatima comes, isn't Zach supposed to get arrested for murder or something? Zach and Karen about to be disappointed once they find out Zach is the father. Understanding, kind, and patient while you deal with the stripper baby mama and getting full custody of your child. I don't think you should be throwing it in her face like, haha, I got my ex pregnant with twins. What kind of Nick Cannon shit is this? Zach needs to set up boundaries. However, I feel like one of the twins maybe Aaron. I have understand Zach's position. Yeah, I agree. That was crass. Yeah. We still don't know who took that picture. We're never going to find out. It's just like who stole Karen's credit card. We're never going to find out. Like, I'm not saying Fatima and Karen need to become friends, but I'd much rather have an invested, sense of interest in the storyline of, let's say,